I'm Shelley Lee, Professor of American Studies and History at Brown. In 1979, a 3-year-old boy was adopted from South Korea by an American family in Michigan. They named him Adam Krapser and raised him as their son. An agency was supposed to verify his citizenship, but the paperwork was never filed. Krapser grew up American in every way until his criminal record made him eligible for deportation. In 2016, when he was 41, he was deported to South Korea, a country whose language he didn't speak and whose culture was foreign to him. How does something like this happen? That's a question at the heart of my project, Out of Status. Are cases like Adam Krapser's accidents, or are they precisely what the system produces? For about 150 years, the United States built an immigration bureaucracy, often by layering new laws on top of old ones and creating contradictions at every level. This started in the 1880s, when Chinese became America's first illegal immigrants, the first people who had to show papers to prove they belonged here. To be out of status, the technical term for when one's legal authorization expires, isn't just about breaking rules. It's about falling into gaps that the system itself creates. Adam Krapser's story isn't isolated, and my project examines how Asians in the US have been caught in immigration limbo across different contexts, including Cold War-era Chinese students stranded after the 1949 revolution, Southeast Asian refugees in prolonged status limbo despite their initial welcome, and Filipinos caught in decades-long visa backlogs that spanned generations. What connects these cases, I believe, is that bureaucracy itself contributes to the condition of being unauthorized. When systems become unwieldy enough, they produce the very problems they claim to solve. Immigration bureaucracy doesn't merely regulate who enters. Through its own contradictions, it generates categories of illegality. This project matters for several reasons. It engages how we understand power. We might think of exclusion in terms of borders and raids, but bureaucracy excludes through paperwork. It creates categories of legal and illegal through administrative procedure. The project also raises questions about evidence. How do you write the history of people systematically kept out of official records? People who avoided detection and became invisible to the state and to history. For this, I'm turning to sources like memoirs, creative works, and even fiction to understand what it means to be doubly undocumented. Finally, this work matters because bureaucracy isn't just immigration. It's also healthcare, education, welfare, and criminal justice. We all navigate these systems, but rarely ask what they actually do. They don't just process us. They determine who belongs and who doesn't. As this project is in its early stages, I'm currently reading from several bodies of secondary literature while also planning my primary research in state archives, in first-person writings, and also in interviews. My goal for the fellowship period is to draft an article that will form part of the larger book project.